ramp up the physicality and putting it out in front. It's off, and I think it went off of Warman in behind Brock Gould. It's 3-0 Seattle.
Yeah, I think actually Roulette got a piece of that.
Breakaway chance. It's Conner Roulette by himself. Forehand shot. He scores! Conner Roulette!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today I'm joined by Conner Roulette of the Seattle Thunderbirds. Conner, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so how have you been these last few months, man? I know it's been pretty crazy, COVID being a mess in the United States and shutting down, hockey, and Canada having a shutdown with hockey. What's it been like?
Well, it hasn't been too bad. I've been doing a pretty good job of, staying in shape and skating as much as I can. And, obviously a lot of stuff has been shut down. The season was shut down, but for me, everything is kind of got back up going as soon as I got home. I didn't really take as much time off as I could have, I guess, if you could say, with all the time we had to since the season been shut down. But yeah, I've been using the time pretty wisely, and using it to get better and make myself a better player. And I think it's a good thing to do when you have this much time, is to take advantage of it. And I had plenty of rest time, but definitely a lot of time that improved myself. I've been putting on a lot more weight, and I think that's a big thing going into this next season. So ever since the season was shut down, I think it's kind of helped me a lot. And it's kind of given me a little advantage on the time I had. And, it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, it's important and good that you took advantage of it. So what was the culture like growing up in Winnipeg for hockey-wise? I mean, you get the Winnipeg Jets in 2011. You as a young age seeing that happen. Did you become a Jets fan because of that, or did you root for a team before then?
Yeah, well, my family, me and my uncle have always been really big Pittsburgh fans. In my room, I got a lot of Pittsburgh stuff. So growing up, I was a big Crosby and Malkin fan. And yeah, when we got the Jets, it was good to go out and watch a game every now and then whenever you could. And being a big Jets fan, big Penguins fan, and I guess the more you get older, you kind of realize how good you kind of got to respect the other teams and how good they are and how they play. So I guess you say Pittsburgh's my favorite team, but I wouldn't choose. I like to watch other teams play. And yeah, like the hockey in Winnipeg, the lifestyle growing up here, it's good. It's a smaller city compared to others, so a lot of the hockey players, and playing against all the other ones in the city, you kind of grow up to who they are, and you either hate them or you're friends with them, and off the ice you're friends with them, on the ice you hate them. But for sure, as I grew up in the northern part, so it's smaller hockey community, and it's helped out a lot. So it's a pretty good hockey city for sure.
Yeah, I definitely have to make my way out there for a game. So I got to ask, I think you answered my question. You look up to Crosby and Malkin. A lot of people try and model their game after people they look up to. Do you have any people like that?
As a kid, I'd always, first one I'd say would be Crosby, just because, he's my favorite player. And, I didn't really know that much about, who I was yet and who I kind of thought I played like. But, growing older and kind of getting to, I guess becoming smarter and, learning about other players and all that, I like to think that I kind of modeled my game after Elias Pettersson, just because, he's not the biggest, strongest guy out there. He's, he kind of looks a bit fragile, but he's not. He protects the puck well. He can shoot the puck, and his offensive. He's just offensively gifted. He makes other people around him better, and just the way he shoots and makes plays kind of unbelievable just to watch him. And this playoffs this year, he kind of showcase off his skills and his puck protection, not just only putting up points, but you watch him shift by shift, and the way he's making defenders just look silly, and in his own zone, yet on the half wall, he's a great player to watch. So I think that just the way we're both kind of shaped, we both have the same kind of body shape and the both kind of offensive mindsets, kind of who I like to model my game after.
Yeah, it's always, I think, important to have someone that you want to aspire to be. So one of your seasons with the Winnipeg Thrashers AAA team, you had 88 points in 43 games. Was there a point when you thought that you were ready for the next level, or that you still thought that you had some things to learn before you advanced?
I guess it's kind of a little bit of both. When you play in, AAA and all those different leagues. It's the guys you're used to playing against. Like I said, Winnipeg's kind of a small city, so I've been playing against all those guys since I was 13, 11, and you kind of get used to playing against them, and it never gets boring, but at the same time, you kind of want to open the spectrum a bit and play against other players. So you kind of have that feeling that you want to go somewhere else, you want to play somewhere else, but at the same time, like I said, there's always room for improvement, and I'm always looking to better myself. So, when you're playing against the guys you always play against, I think you always think that the best way to make yourself better is playing against other people. So I guess it kind of ties into both, but at the same time, there's always room for improvement. And, I like to watch game film and kind of shift by shift just to see on stuff I can improve. And I think that it's kind of take me quite a long, helped me a lot down the road.
Yeah, so you hit the note on advancing to play more people and get more exposure and stuff like that. So, you make the move to go play for the Seattle Thunderbirds. That's a big move from Winnipeg. Obviously, it went pretty well for your first season before the shutdown. You were third in the team in points, but what were some of the challenges that happened? Because, I went to Providence College where a lot of guys, leave their hometown at an early young age. What are some of the things that you had to battle through?
Yeah, for me, I think that I started grade 9 here in Winnipeg, grade 10, and I've always had the same friend group. Growing up in like I said, the northern part of Winnipeg, I've always had the same 5 or 6 guys that I've always hung out with, that have been there since, grade 2, grade 1. I've been in the same class, hanging out with them all the time. So I think the biggest move for me was just kind of going to a different city, not knowing the team as well, going to a new school, seeing all these new faces and all that. So I think that not having kind of those, like the mentors and the friends that you're always used to around is it's a bit hard to in the first few months when you first move to a new spot. But, thankfully I had a great group of guys, great group of teammates that were able to, welcome me in, and great coaching staff, and a lot of, just a lot of great people around the rink. So it made it a really lot easier. Just going from a smaller city to the big Seattle there, it's kind of hard. And you're not really used to it as a small town boy, or not small town, small city, as I can say. But yeah, moving from a city like Winnipeg to one of those big mega cities, pretty tough. But it's took a lot of time to getting used to. But I think it was pretty good. Other than that, I think that they're able to welcome me with warm hands, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, so I got to ask about Seattle. I know you're not a member of the team, the Kraken, but you played hockey in Seattle, in that town, for an extended period of time. Do you think that city's ready for an NHL team, and do you think it's going to be a success? Because I think it will be, given the fact that I think the Seattle needs another team besides the Seahawks to succeed and be a good team. But what are your thoughts on a team going there?
Yeah. Well, personally, I think that it'll be great to get an NHL team there. Our team, the Seattle Thunderbirds in the WHL, I think that personally we have the best fans in the league. They don't how would I put it there? They don't fail to, show up every night, and, they're kind of like the team, they're part of the team. They show up every night and they're loud and they're good. And that's just in the smallest part of Seattle too. We're just located outside. So I think, the football there is huge, the college football and the baseball, they get a lot of fans. You see almost every car has like a Seahawks logo on it and all that. So I think that adding another kind of major sport into the city will help out a lot, kind of introduce the sport of hockey to, all the football fans out there and all that. And if someone get the hang of it and kind of like it, then definitely it'll be a really good fan base out there. They love their sports, that Seattle. So definitely, hopefully we don't lose as much fans, but hopefully they kind of find a way to even us both up.
Yeah, what I love about it is the fact that no other team in sports have that mascot. So I think it's just very original, and I hope it sells a lot of merchandise. So I got to ask, what's next for you with the Thunderbirds? Or is the WHL allowing fans? Is it minimum capacity, or is it, what's it going to be like?
Yeah, asking that question, it's something to kind of think of for me too. I'm not really sure as of now what's going to go on and how everything's going to work out, but I know that the WHL announced that we have a December 4th start, so we should be heading out there at least sometime in November, and it's kind of all I know right now as of details. But for sure, I'm looking forward to just getting started with the team again and kind of being in that home spectrum that I was used to playing in this year, and just being back at the show and back with all my brothers on my team, and just to see all the coaches again will be kind of good start to the season. So no, I'm not sure when we'll play yet and if we'll play or not, but as long as I'm just kind of out there skating with the guys again and kind of having that feel that we're there to work is kind of something I'm looking forward to. So definitely looking forward to it, and not really sure if we're going to play or not, but it'll be good just to get back out there.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Just you're going to really appreciate the little things like just being out there on the ice. So I got to ask, it's the NHL Draft this week. Kicked off last night. It's going on right now. I assume with guys that are getting picked. Does that motivate you at all for next year to, better yourself so that you get picked higher, or do you not really pay attention to that type of stuff?
It's kind of a little bit of both. Definitely, it kind of does motivate me. You see, Seth Jarvis, he's from Winnipeg. He just got picked 13th, and it's kind of someone that I would definitely look up to. He's a great guy off the ice and a great player on the ice. I'm working out with him and skating with him this summer, so just kind of see how he is off the ice, and how he's able to like talk to others, and he kind of played against him this season. We kind of didn't like each other, and being a Portland Seattle kind of rivalry there is pretty hard to go to the rink and skate with him. But he made it easy. He's a great guy, and I was really proud of him and where he was picked. I think that's a bit too low for him. He's a great player, and so it definitely kind of gives you motivation, but all kind of makes you feel kind of happy for others, and definitely looking to next year. You hope to get drafted, but at the same time, he's got to kind of focus on your own development, and it's kind of what I'm up to right now. I'm not really focused on the draft yet, but I'm just kind of focused on making myself better, and just kind of having a good mindset going into it. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing that can help me is kind of having a positive mindset and just being confident in yourself and not really worrying about it.
Yeah, it's a great answer and a good humble answer. And small world, his teammate Jack O'Brien, who's a prospect for next year's draft, was on this show about 2 weeks ago. So small world. But Conner, I really appreciate you for coming on this show, and I'll be following you wherever you end up in hockey. So thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.